Hey guys, I'm WRix here with another video, of course. I always say I'm here with another video, but you wouldn't be watching this if there was no video. I don't really know why that became my intro, but I kind of feel like I've done it so many times now that I have to continue doing it. So that's what it'll be from here on out. But before I start ranting about a ton of stuff, why don't we jump right into the video? That seems appropriate. So today we have a very fun thing. Essentially what I have here is a custom Lego, of course. It's always going to be Lego. I don't know why I always call it custom Lego. It's an M113, which is a personnel carrier from Vietnam. It's currently sitting strangely on its wheels, but there we go. I think I flattened it out properly. But as you can see, it is from Brickmania with some Brick Designer not 3D, but Brick Designer parts as well. As you can see on the back here, we have some Brick Designer rations, ammo crate, some beer, just a regular Lego knapsack, and then that Coca-Cola crate, which I think is great. But all in all, I really think that the Brickmania M113 is a great model. It has a lot of features that are very iconic to this vehicle. Of course, this front piece, very iconic. And then of course, I think that the best part of it is the fact that it opens up in the back. However, I will say a big issue I have is that it does not sit flush. As you can see, I'll try and push it in. It does not work. Now, I don't know if I made something wrong. I'm nearly positive I didn't, but this is somewhat of an error because, you know, this it's not closing. I mean, you can see, I can try my best. I mean, you have to push it in, and even then it does not close all the way. So that's a little disappointing. But of course, it has an interior which can fit minifigures without helmets, I believe. That's always an issue that I have with Brickmania kits, is that they say that you can fit figures inside of them, but then they can never have any loadout on them. It's like they always have to be without a helmet, or they always have to be without a vest, or without anything. So, you know, it doesn't really make sense to me. But I guess that is on the inside, so it's not as important. One other issue I will say is that Brickmania track links suck. Like, seriously, they are... I don't know how to describe it without being mean, but they're just really not great. As you can see, they often have errors where you're unable to sit flat. They don't roll on many surfaces, as you can see here. They don't roll. And they come kind of damaged. I've had a lot of pieces from Brickmania that either have too little plastic, like there wasn't enough put in the mold, or there's way too much, like I try and chip it off because it's essentially like covered in plastic that's not supposed to be there, and then the piece is completely broken. So, you know, in these track link packs where you get 150, I usually probably have about 130 to 140 that are actually usable. So, you know, a little bit more than 10% are oftentimes not usable, which is kind of ridiculous. It's back to their whole thing with some of their custom stuff, like their custom printed headgear, right? Like a lot of their headgear doesn't work, and I think it's the same with these track links. Not as bad as some of their 3D printed items like the headgear, but these are still bad. I mean, it's the only option, so that's why, you know, me and a lot of other people use them, but it's not the best option, definitely not. I'll say that I'll definitely go for regular Lego track links when there are items that I can use them for. So that's kind of, it is what it is. That's kind of how I describe that situation. But anyways, getting back into the model, as you can see, we have one spot for commander, we have one spot for gunner. I have used the perfect caliber M60 as opposed to a 50 caliber, I think it would be an M2 HB. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. Beyond that, it also has a hatch up here. If I can turn it, some stuff might fall off. But as you can see, it opens to the inside. I'm not going to show the inside. It's rather boring and bare. Nothing very special about it. It's just, you know, a gray interior, a dark bluish gray interior, should I say. There's not a lot else to this model. It does have side skirts. I will be building a lot more of these to outfit my Vietnam War Army, or American Army, should I say. So keep an eye out for that. But I kind of just wanted to show off how I constructed this one and kind of what extra parts I put onto it to make it feel a little bit more lifelike, because I think that without these Brick Designer parts, it's a little bit lackluster in my opinion. But anyways, this was the Brickmania M113 model with some additional modifications of the Brick Designer parts. I don't even think that they're really modifications. I just really stuck them on the top and added a couple additional jumper plates to make them fit. So if you call them modifications, I thank you for being generous with me, but they really are just slight mods, if we even call them mods. I think they're really just additions. I will be building additional variants of these. I'll be probably building all of their variants, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested to see what they all look like. But this is just their standard one, very standard troop carrier for the Vietnam era. But other than that, I guess the final thing I will say is that I did build this using their digital instructions. If you don't know, Brickmania recently released a bunch of digital instructions where you can download them and then you get the parts list and a digital instruction booklet, which is great. It makes their kits much more accessible. The pieces for this, it's about a third of the cost to build this as opposed to getting their model from them. So you can see how much they really do jack up the prices in terms of for a lot of their models. So if you're looking for a cheaper option, definitely get the instructions. There's a lot of cool models. There's a lot of cool planes, especially modern planes, and some main battle tanks. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. But other than that, I don't have anything else. I know I've said this a couple of times, but I really don't have anything else now. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you next time, guys.